Good Nigerians and wonderful listeners of welcome again to your darling station, Living Radio 90.9. And one of the things that makes us think, I said, listen to us in Living Radio 99.9. You will also be watching us live on our living television. Back again on today's program, Issues of the Moment. In today's Issues of the Moment, I am not alone. It's going to be very brief. I remain your command, Chido Johnson at your left. And in today's analyst from my far left, I have Comrade Nnamdi Nkachi. The rumor that has been flying here and there, if I just said here, it's unleashed, that the governor of Abia State, Governor Alex Choma Otti, reveals how forensic auditors they appointed disclosed that the immediate past government paid one Abia Airport and other projects. Those we're going to look at, I'm sure this is not the first year of hearing this. It has been on news and so on. But we have to bring these people who are experienced. One of them, a legislator who had been there before, and a historian who is governor to have mapped out the working sum of 407.2 billion naira for non-existent projects. Where did this money go to? So, the Alex Otti had alleged that I'm sure you are conversant with this. Yeah, you heard what he said, and then we are still on it. And then talking about this 107.2 billion naira non-existent contract, especially that of Abia Airport. And then the governor has made these. Have you in any way seen, because you are a politician, have you seen any documents supporting this?
Let me start from here. Let me touch some of the points raised by my colleague, comrade. The thing is that the location where the governor was as at the time he made the allegation is doesn't matter. Whether it was in the US, there could be matters arising. Something must have led to it. Whether it was in the US or after the allegation, he will still come back home. You understand? He did not run away to the US to make the allegation and to remain there. Good. Yeah. So now, having said that, the thing is, I don't also agree with some opinion that says that it shouldn't have come from the governor. It should have come from a lesser person. Well, that it came from the governor makes it undeniable by his government. So he can no longer say, the government, his government can no longer say that they were quoted out of contest. You understand? Because it came from the big horse, himself. That means that is the final position of his government, his administration, that his predecessor, awarded a contract over 107 billion naira, frivolous contracts, as it were. So now, he said that, then coming to the governor himself, the governor said that they are still searching for the airport, that they have not seen it. Now, my question to the governor, has he, having made all these discoveries through the forensic audits, has he invited his predecessor before going public? It's now, from the way he's sounding, it's like he's becoming a judge in his own case. He's alleging, he's also prosecuting, and he's also even giving verdicts, just to entertain us, because some of these are our governors and president, they are entertainers. Yeah. you understand? So, they perform drama. So when it's like people are beginning to feel the hardship of the economy somehow, they try to do something. They come up with a comic relief to make us, say, okay, we can still laugh. Some of them, I think they will do well as content creators on YouTube. You understand? So I see this one as part of content creation, because the thing is inconclusive. It's an inconclusive information. How can you name your governor, the former governor, your predecessor? You did not name the beneficiaries of the contract, the said contractors. 70 names are not too big to name. You understand? Even if there were 107, you name them. Name the contractors.
Half of them.
At least half of them. Even the key ones among them. You name them. You understand? So it is either he's afraid of naming those people and just wanted to, to check on his. I wanted to check up on his predecessor to know if he's still around or not. Maybe that was why he came up with this, so that the man can now react to say, "I see their town, no, not to show the things that they happen." So for now, that's where I look at it.
All right, comrade. Going on what Honorable said, we now assume that this is because ever since this government started commenced his administration, we've not had anything good. We never believed that they have done anything or did anything before leaving office. You assume it's just one of those because of opposition, it's just one of those gimmicks, to beat this other person down. Yeah, I think but I think it's high time we began to move forward. The elections of 2015 has been peace and less and those of 2020. What we have to be facing now is government. But where there are breaches, where there are malfeasance, where there are scams, you understand? What is they say this message has gone very viral, and then we also know it is a profession that there in every rumor there must be an element of truth. Do we now, because there are no supporting documents yet, do we now dismiss it with a wave of a hand?
No, but one thing again that is lacking in the information that came from the governor is that why I said that one of the reasons why I said it was inconclusive and still inconclusive is that the governor, after making this assertion, should have told us that now that he has sent this report to EFCC or other relevant agencies, you understand, for further action, for investigation and action. Because knowing fully well that the former governor does no longer have immunity covering him, you understand, he's answerable to all these things. So you should have just told us. That's why I call this thing comic relief. Because our governor, with due respect to him, you understand, should have known better. You understand? Should have known that you don't bring this into the media space or make it, bring it to the court of public opinion, for the public to now begin to juggle it and, begin to do some other things. But the point you should have done, the thing you should have done is, say, okay, this money belongs to Abians. It's our commonwealth. And we have discovered that this money went some zigzag, some crooked ways, and we have discovered in whose pocket this money or these monies went to. So, and it is not for my government to investigate, you understand, and then or adjudicate on. So there are those whose responsibility it is. So, but on behalf of our Abians, having discovered this, we have already also taken it to those people. You understand, namely the ICPC, like Comrade mentioned, and then the EFCC to do their job. So, but he did not say all those things. He just said the thing and said that they are still looking for the airport. You should have invited, like I said earlier on, you should have invited former Governor Okezie to come and show him where the airport is. Probably in Omobiakwa, somewhere there. You understand? And you understand? So, but he has not done any of this. And I am also saying that even the former governor, having heard now that this allegation was not made by a lesser person than his successor, he should have also not speak to us through a third party, through the party, that's PDP, or through any other person. He should have come out to say, because you see, moderator, in this country, we have seen most of our governors, even the current ones, are more or less sole administrators. I call them civilian sole administrators. They have the commissioners just only to fulfill constitutional requirements. That's why they appoint them. Most of them don't even see file day to day. Nobody means to them. Yes, a contractor that is bidding for contract now goes to the governor's house or to his office to bid for the contract. The commissioner will only hear that this contract has been awarded to this other person. You can supervise, make sure say you do good work, but you have given him this job. And the commissioner will say, yes, sir. And when they're talking about having appropriation. Is it captured in the appropriation law or act for the year? If it is not there, if it is there, on what subhead? I remember being a legislator myself, when this governor, the past governor, Governor Okezi, has assumed office in 2015, immediately within that first week, he started embarked on some road constructions. I said, no, this is wrong. This is acting arbitrarily, because I knew very, very well that his predecessor, which was T.A. Otti, couldn't have considered those roads, capturing those roads in the appropriation law that he left for that Okezi inherited. So for this man to have just jumped it now and jumped into all those roads, it was wrong. These things were a breach of the law and could lead to impeachment. But
I think it's very important also. The governor is at liberty to say, I want to do this way, but he must do something. He must resort to House of Assembly for supplementary budget.
That's what I'm telling you. Yeah, supplementary budget is allowed. You know, supplementary budget is allowed. That's amendment of the appropriation law. You understand? But when I tell you that this process was not considered, you understand? You don't abort a baby after delivery. You understand? Not after you have done everything. You now go to the House of Assembly to now amend the law retroactively. So if you want to get things right in this country. So now that he has done this, has told us 107 billion naira and all this thing, we are still waiting for the season 2 of this drama, because we have just watched the season 1, which is the part 1. So the part 2 now, I think they will still release it probably before the week runs out, which we hope to see in season 1 the names of these contractors, the process, the contract went and all that. And then also hear from the past governor, his own side of the story.
All right, we are going to take a look at the statement from the governor himself. We are going to have the audio statements. How he, would I say accused or alleged that the 1.2 billion naira was given out to contractors, 72 contractors for non-existent project. We will listen to that now.
So talking about corruption, I had set up a forensic audit as soon as I took over last year in Abia, and so that there won't be any argument, I called in one of the top 3 audit firms in the world. And not too long ago, they turned in their report. And some of the things in the report are frightening. So, some 9.3 billion naira was paid to 7 contractors for contracts that were not executed at all up till today. Another 15.9 billion naira, almost 16 billion, was paid to 63 contractors with no supporting documents anywhere in the state. Another 12 billion naira was paid to 2 contractors for contracts that do not exist. Out of this figure, 10 billion naira was on September 25, 2020. And that is almost 4 years. Paid to some contractor for the construction of Abia State Airport. We have spent time trying to locate the airport. Up to now, we have failed. In fact, one of my aides told me the other day that maybe we are using native intelligence to look for the airport, that we should seek artificial intelligence. So as we continue to look for our airport, we have also involved security agencies to help us search. And so that's just an example of what typically happens. And when you juxtapose that with pensions that were lying unpaid for about 10 years and salary arrears, just one of these heading, the 10 billion that was spent to build a non-existent airport was exactly the amount of money that our government used to take off the pension arrears.
Our listeners out there, I'm sure you heard it. You heard it from the governor's mouth or from the horse's mouth, and then that's the way it is. And then if we had just said it without listening and hearing directly from the governor, it would look as if it's also alleged. All right. Having said that, comrade, you had him say it. They are still looking for it, and they've informed security agents. They've not even invited the governor to come over and show them, but they have rather involved the security agents to assist them.
When the security agencies have no business except you are talking about anti-graft agencies.
No, we are not talking about what he just said. He has asked the security agencies to help them
and locate some way to tell you that.
And Honorable said that the thing may be no more local.
Yeah, that's what I said. You understand? Maybe he has not extended his search to Umobeka.
There was an anticlimactic document. You understand? There was it was not climatic, not right. And it just came down.
Yeah.
From the point of seriousness to the point where the governor decided to.
And that's what
like
I said. I said it.
Yes. So if the governor had gone like
Hold up. Yes.
Now it was anticlimactic in the sense done seriously and then ended less seriously. That's me. Because we all are aware that if the contract is saying an airport is built, in fact, the name of that contract is built. An airport will be built at so and so place by this contracting firm. You understand? Awarded, and you see the awarding authority. You will now see the amount involved. You understand? If production is also paid, that's supposed to be an announcement to that effect. It should be in the law.
Even the executive council approval.
Yes,
approval. Because yes, that's what I said. Yes, most of it approved.
Even the government himself cannot approve the contract.
Yes, even in the budget should have captured it too.
See what?
Even the location of the airports should be provided for in the law. 10 billion, 10 million naira.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if such a land
be released.
I don't know if such a land was to be released to the state, it will be until we carry out that assessment. And mind you, before you build airports, you also carry out risk assessment. Because the state needs airports. Why would the state need it? Now, according to the Nonexistent, as you said, the capital business men here who fly they are always in China, always in Korea. And many of this here that we should have a consulate of China here. So they process their papers, their visa, their travel from here
Seamlessly.
Yes, seamlessly. Without hassles. That's it. I think if I know some abandoned project or site in United States that has been saying, for example,
That looks like an airport.
1992 or 91 or 93, Obono set aside somewhere for building of library. that needs to be applied by revenue agents or people. So all of us are well and there. In fact, we have the presence of mind beyond talking this in the studio. We are all enlightened, and we know where a purported particular facility ought to be as abandoned.
Proposed site.
Proposed site for a particular project.
Yes.
Now, in this instance, Governor Otti is saying a wiser council prepared when someone within his cabinet or something of the journalists who believe that the money for the airport should be used to do roads. Understand that we have many airports. We have airports in Abia, we have airports.
We'll come to that, comrade. That is the statement of one of the commissioners. We'll come to that. But right now, before we go on this little break, let us take a program as held by Rise Television, monitored by Living Television. Let us see, what one of them said. Now, before we come back from break, we are now going to go straight to the one-time Commissioner of Information that served in Otti Bazo's government, what he has to say concerning this. And also, I had wanted to ask you, Honorable, now you can also see in the governor's statement, he never asked, appear. Is it better for him to have appeared anywhere and start talking when he was not duly invited?
Well, the thing is that I still remember that at the beginning of this administration, at the birth of this administration, a committee for recovery of government stolen or lost properties or whatever, was set up. I think that was a panel of inquiry. Yes. This panel of inquiries with this bogus allegation, you understand? Except if the panel of inquiry has been dissolved. But if it is still there, should have invited the former governor to say, Oga Kombo, this is what we have seen. This is what the record is showing. How do we go about this? What do you have to say about this? You understand? So, but if neither the governor invited his predecessor, whether directly or indirectly, as in using some of other arms of his government to invite him, he didn't do any of those things. And he's telling us, just like comrade stated, he started, building up all of a sudden. The thing now went into melodrama, and stage stand-up comedy. So,
before we said, it was what they call the airport scam. Guess what? Every state government try as much as possible to use that thing to scam people. So Alex Otti must not just read out that report. Mm-hmm. That report also must be sent to EFCC and the authorities so that they are investigated.
Absolutely.
I was in Enugu over the weekend, Oji. Abakaliki to Enugu is just 30 minutes. The road is very good. Mm-hmm. So you're wondering, why did we have another airport being built in Airport?
Yeah, all right.
So it's the airport scam.
Which is the point that John Kalu, former Commissioner of Information in Abia State, has made in a rebuttal. And I think people maybe should read it, the audit and the small man syndrome in Abia. Because I read that story, which is another view. And he is saying that, in fact, the airport project did not get off the ground.
Absolutely.
Because traditional rulers said it was not necessary.
I remember that. So that was like 3 years ago. Dr. Martin, unfortunately, I want to take this story for Ayo to
the auditee, which is the former governor, has not been allowed to have a say in the matter. So he should be invited.
We'll take our final story.
Viewers, thank God you're still there, listening and watching your favorite radio station and listening to your favorite TV station. And we are still on 90.9 and Living Television and Living Radio. We are not there. Remember I told you on this segment we're going to look at the statement of the then Commissioner of Information, Carlo, what he tagged or rather captioned Abia and Otti forensic audit and the small man in Abia. He said the governor of Abia State, Alex Otti, signed off tens of millions of Abia State funds to travel to Washington, D.C., USA, ostensibly to malign his predecessor, His Excellency Dr. Otti Bazo, who was not present at that forum to defend himself and indeed has not seen the so-called forensic audit reference by Otti. During his address, Otti falsely claimed, among others, that Dr. Igba's administration paid 10 billion naira to contractors for the Abia airport project. Note that Otti failed to mention the concerned contractors. I'm sure some of you said that here. All right, he said he was a member of the State Executive Council when approval was given to spend 10 billion naira to start the Abia airport project. And in his capacity as the then Commissioner for Information, he announced it and made it public. However, thereafter, members of the Abia State Traditional Rulers Council, led by His Royal Majesty Eze Joseph Wabeke Ezamara, visited Governor Igbazo in his government house, Obaya residence, and advised that since the state was surrounded by at least 4 airports, the project should be suspended and the resources deployed to fix more roads. And there are so many other things that the Commissioner for Information had said here, but let us just take this because of the program we have at hand as it concerns what we are talking about. Right now, I still want to come to you, Honorable. You heard what Oki Kalo has said.
Yeah.
And then talking about that, it was not just a personal decision. Okay, Zimbabwe actually wanted to kick off the airport in Abia State.
Yeah.
But the traditional rulers. Then another question would be, do the traditional rulers in any state have the right to stop the governor from what he wants to do?
Yeah, that's one thing. That's another surprising thing to me. These commissioners and the traditional rulers council that the former commissioner, with due respect to him, has referred us to. I wonder why they did not intervene. When the flyover to Sisioma took longer than necessary to be constructed. You understand? They didn't go to tell the governor that this thing is taking long, and there's some other things like that. So,
do you know if it was because of the intervention
that slowed down the project?
That completely.
No, it was because the people started calling it center table. You understand? So, and then.
Driven also by the fact that the governor made a gaffe.
Yes,
in a sister
radio station. Yes. Yeah. When they asked Nigeria, and when they asked Abians that own a car, do you walk on do you trek on a flyover? So, well, that being said, the thing is that the traditionals, first of all, the commissioner, I do not think, I live in these states. This is where I live. If any time out of this, I am out of the state. It's just for one business trip or the other, and then I come back. But 80-90% of the year, in even on 95, I stay here in the state, and I'm also a player in the political space here in the state. So I cannot remember ever they told us that we are going to build an airport. They never told us the proposed site for that airport, where the airport was going to be located. They never told us, And then, if they have told us where the airport was going to be located, because as a result of interest, I'm sure the traditional rulers from that senatorial district where the airport was supposed to be sited wouldn't have been in that meeting. You understand? Because everybody tried to defend their geopolitical zone. They would have wanted it. So even if not an airport, why not even at least an airstrip? So what is wrong? The job opportunity that the airport would have created, both direct and indirect job opportunities that the airport, if it was built, would have created. So the roads couldn't have created it. And then road construction there are two different things. So constructing roads can be going, road constructions can be going, and airports can also be going. You understand? So if Ebonyi has airport, Ebonyi is closer to Enugu. They have airports. You understand? So what stops Abia from having airports?
Okay. All right, comrade. Looking at what Honorable Meka Ihedru said, we're still talking about this road. before the allocation of these 10 billion naira for this airport, at least the site should have been.
Yeah, the location should have been made known to us.
Should have been made known at the place.
The site was mentioned actually.
Where was it?
Between Iguana and the Serang.
Okay.
Okay.
They're exonerated from that. So moving on now. Yeah.
Then let us also clarify this. The state was actually looking at investing 10 billion. Not that 10 billion will build an airport.
Yeah.
Then we have other private companies.
Okay.
Public-private partnership. Then government will bring some money. Then
You understand, yeah.
those who are invested also bring
Someone.
then we see some of their products and the airport is like that. That's my idea. But the truth is that there was no relation. And if you take off back to what a wise traditional woman once said, that approval have the debate. You understand?
Yeah.
You can actually approve at the federal level, but that does not mean payment awarded or have been made.
But this governor now is alleging that the payment was made.
Payment was
Made.
Yeah.
Yes. Up to the tune of 10 billion.
That the money has been paid out. And that's why we are calling for supporting government, because
Yes.
for that to exist, papers must change.
Yes.
You see, procurement law is clear. If I had time, I would have just read that here. You see how express and how.
And to which account was it paid
And
into?
that's what I'm saying. A bank
Yes.
must process it.
Yes.
You don't pay contracts or for contract. You don't pay the contractor cash. It is facilitated. It is processed by the bank. You understand? And I have been privy or I have been privileged to see some contract documents, including what's captured in constituency projects of some lawmakers. So I know how these things work. And I think the government, like I did say before, he knows all the explanation. We have it. Even if he stops at presenting the documents, leaving it there, I am not the party can do FOI request, freedom of information request, FOI request, to the relevant agencies and seek that kind of information, with which we can prosecute the private administration. We are not joking here. You understand? And to me, I wouldn't know why. You see, the governor, when he was talking, the way he began was not actually the way he ended. And I said it again. He began that he had an anticlimactic speech. You understand? He began climatically and then anticlimax.
Showing that it was not.
It
was not as yes. It was not serious.
To me, he might have intended to insert, which is also fine in terms of the audience. We are not the audience, you understand? Maybe he wanted to tease them or to humorously create joke, you understand? Or make them or crank them up. Now he said they are still looking for the problem. To me, that is also out of the context. If there is a paper,
Has the people involved is
so you
security
cannot
agent?
say you are looking for the problem, and it's not the people of the security agency to look for the airport. The people who should look for the airport are the EFCC, the ICPC, and other anti-graft agencies. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how it is. And like I said before, for now, nothing.
All right.
It's been established.
Okay. All right. Now, before we go, we are also going to take a video clip. Our viewers out there, those of you who are with us on YouTube, you will also watch this, because he also said that the government has accepted their recommendations and also announced them to the public, just like John Okikalu said he announced it. And even when the Traditional Rulers Council came up to say, we are not doing this, forget about the airport project, instead build us more roads. He also said he announced it. He said it is important to note that in the 8 years he was in office, Dr. Ikpeazu fixed more than 200 roads, including many urban roads that were bad for more than 30 years prior, and rural access routes across the state. This we'll be looking at, because we have a video clip here. You look at it so that our viewers will also know and to find out if these roads are complete. We are going to play that here. But before we go for today, having said this is to confirm that the money for this airport was actually converted to road building and maintenance.
Yes.
Because according to the defense line of the for information.
Yeah.
So the governor still have to come out with his forensic proof to say yes whether this thing went into road construction and which roads. Yeah, which you understand, and which roads. You understand. So these are the things the Oki Ikalo should have also told us which roads that this thing, and was there an amendment to the appropriation law to that effect? Because if you say you're no longer going to use this money made for this captured in this subhead for this other project, there should be an appropriation amendment to the appropriation law. You understand, to capture it. But the thing is like I just said, most of our people here, our governors do things arbitrarily. You understand? Just like this administration also told us that they were not going to touch local government funds. Today, they touch local government funds. They call them mayor. Even mayor, with that title, is alien to our constitution and the laws. Yet he goes up calling them mayor. He said they are mayors. And then these mayors, if they want to buy stationaries now, they will bring proposal to the Honorable Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs until he approves it or takes him to the state ESCO or directly to the governor, either to his house or his office for his approval, consideration and approval before this thing now can be approved and then money released to the same people. He said that he was going to allow them have access to their funds. So, let's not fight dirty. I don't think encourage fighting dirty, but we should come out clean.
Comrade, with what you just mentioned here, I remember about last year we've talked about this third tier of government, talking about the local government and then how the local government has malfunctioned because of the usurpation of power by the governors, state governors, and so on. Now, Alex Otti made a lot of promises concerning the local government. We are surprised until today there are no elections in the government and in the local government. And from what Honorable said,
11 months down the line.
11 months down the line. Do you think that the third tier of government, the local government, the essence of the creation of this third tier of government, do you think is still functional?
I think it's long established. So the local government we've lost it or it has lost it. You understand? Yes. The local government system, which happened to be the best thing at the grassroots level or at the local level, in the same way. So, you see, it is because of the failure of that tier of government that we see ineptitude on the part of the federal government, incompetence in the state. No reasonable federal government does the kind of policies they call cheap government, enterprise, and employment, school feeding, and the rest of it. No reasonable federal government does school feeding true. How can Biden come out and tell Americans that I, Joe Biden, am going to be doing school feeding, I'm going to school? Federal government can do it. This is because you killed the government that should be doing this. You understand?
If it was necessary at all.
Yeah, like the third tier government should be they have school districts, they have municipalities, they have councils. You understand? That even talk about food subsidy. But in Nigeria, federal government is talking about food subsidy. The government is talking about because we killed the grassroots. I think Honorable made an exceptional point I'm here. What the government ought to do now, the next plan now, that they use 10 billion to do. That's also okay. If the governor is interested in seeing or is interested in political accountability or seeing that money is rated for certain projects we are actually exhausted people, he must also do his eyes. Put your eyes on now, as they say it in the Nigerian parliament. We don't have to, because we want to maybe politically disadvantaged or undermine or outflank or outmaneuver our opponents, we begin to say things that may be fact. Now see how they are talking about it on a rise. And up until now, we've not seen any single supporting document. I am urging the government to go one better. We love him. He is riding.
Yeah, he's doing well so far.
Of the crest, and he must continue to deliver the goods. We've seen how he's done already.
Yeah.
We support him.
Yeah.
But he must not be meddling in this national politics. That was why I said shouldn't have come from him. Not that he doesn't have the closure coming from him, but that certain things should have come from him. That's why you have commissioners, you have
others,
you understand? Now that has been established, I think it's better that if you are trying to actually acquire into a certain thing, you must be circumspect. If I were the I'm talking about what started Abia mega city. Where is it? Governor Okezi Bazoge was talking about Abia mega city. He even said at the point that the first phase of the project was nearly complete. Where is the economic city, Abia? To stretch Abia from here beyond Obako, beyond Asa, you understand? To the margins of River State, to build an economic place. He didn't build that.
The Abashu factory.
Whether or not money was made available, I can't establish. What I'm saying that if you want to interrogate something that is that is backed.
Yes.
All right.
And this kind of thing. Thank you.
All right, because of our time, this is the march we're going to take there. And then remember, I'm not sure the forensic audit is completed yet, so maybe they'll still come up with something about that about mega stadium. They may come up with it. All right, having said that, just in a few seconds, comrade, give us a final take on all that we've discussed today.
My final take is simple. I'm talking to government. I let you Governor, we have a the people. You must not allow yourself or your interest or your remuneration to never there. Allow people to play a revolution. Focus on governance. Let the work you are doing speak for you.
Beautiful. And honorable.
Yeah, we love this government. We love Governor Otti. He's doing marvelously well so far. But him that goes to equity must come with clean hands. You understand? So let's do less drama, play less to the television, this thing, but his work is already speaking for him. But if he is very, very sure, have done meticulous analysis or investigation regarding what he has just alleged, let him do the needful and let the concerned authorities do what they are supposed to do.
All right, our wonderful listeners and viewers, this is the march we are going to take today. We've had it all. And then these are wonderful analysts in the house. I'm sure they've done justice to what this. Abia remains our state. Nigeria remains our country. And then let's just like the advice. I think it is important we concentrate on governance. Don't be pushed by the way. People are already talking about you, and don't allow yourself to be messed up by sycophants and so on. Having said that, we are going to, at the end of this program, we are going to play you some of the routes, and then you viewers out there, those who are following us in our YouTube, will also see the routes, and their names are there tagged. If you are living close to any of the routes, you will now get back to us and tell us yes, I confirm it is true or not. Having said that, from my far left, I have Namde Comrade Lepachi. Comrade Namde Lepachi, thank you for being part of today's program. And Honorable Emeka Ihedru Onyenze, thank you for being part of today's program.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me. I love Nigeria.
Yeah, of today, considering the alleged 107.2 billion naira alleged non-existent project, the roads prepared, or rather rehabilitated by Okeze and even new ones, they are as follows.
Osisioma Interchange Flyover, Aba Road, Umuahia. Afọ Ibeji, Old Umuahia Road, Umuahia South, LGA. Aba Owerri Road, Aba. Abriba Buru Road, Ohafia, LGA. Ukwezi Road, Abriba Ring Road, Phase 1, Ohafia, LGA. Uruluka Road, Obingwa, LGA. Azikiwe Road, Aba South, LGA. Okiwe Road, Aba North, LGA. Umaro, Umopara Amano Road, Obingwa, LGA. Umakatawom, Osauka Road, Obingwa, LGA. Umodekwa Owo Ahia for Road, Obingwa, LGA. Obikabia, Umene Road, Obingwa, Isialakwa, South, LGA. Omodekwa Ituba Crescent, Obingwa, LGA. Umojala Road, Isialakwa, South, LGA. Umojima Road, Isialakwa, South, LGA. Agalaba Ring Road, Obingwa, LGA, Phase 1. Ekurazo to Edina Road, Obigwa LGA. Omala Sulu, Vausi Road, Isialangwa North LGA. Asa Omonka Ugunabo to Uboya Junction Road, Ugunabo LGA. Werinta Igbelo Poto Bypass, Isialangwa South LGA. Omonda Ukorocha Amato Isibu, Oho Omaya North LGA. Diabala Road, Uisioma LGA. Hilltop Road, Aba North LGA. Ebema Street, Aba North LGA. Ezuku Road, Aba South LGA. Milverton Avenue, Aba South LGA.
Elama Amibo Aja and the Amibo Otapa Road, Isupato LGA, ongoing.
Fox Area Road, Usioma, Aba North LGA. Osusu Road, Aba North, Aba South LGA. MCC, Osisioma LGA. Brass Street, Aba North LGA. Immaculate Avenue, Osisioma LGA. Abama Ring Road, Omaya North LGA. Aja Road, Aba South LGA. Amuzuku Road, Omaya North LGA. Cemetery Market Road, Aba South LGA. Plug Road, Aba North, Aba South LGA. Omopara Ring Road, Omaya South LGA, phase 1. Finally is Amoda Achala Isuchi, Omundochi LGA. There is no local government in Abia State that is not captured in this road.
All right, and this is your command to the Doom Gods and Adiele signing off for today. Keep it there with us. Don't go away. Keep listening to Living Radio. Bye for now.